Hello, everyone, to our HeyGen's Thursday weekly webinar. I'm very excited today. I'm not alone. I'm here with Alec. Alex, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here.
So
Great to
we
see
would
you,
like
Nick.
to, give everyone a good morning, a good evening, afternoon, not a good night so far. So stick with us for 30 minutes to explain you the big topic today, the HeyGen API. So we will go through our API feature because I think a lot of people don't really know that, we have this API. We have an update here. Alec is here to explain everything about it. And Alec, today, I don't really want to waste time. I want to go straight away. I know you prepared many things for everyone who is joining for the first time. We have every Thursday a webinar here. And with that saying, it is actually not really count for next week. Next week it will be Tuesday because next Thursday is Thanksgiving. It means like we will take a break here on our webinar, but we will have on Tuesday and then it goes with a normal workflow. I'm really excited that we have every time a lot of people here who's joining really around the world, quite international, our webinars, but also like for sure, you can see the recording or watch the recording on our YouTube channel. So subscribe there to don't miss anything, even if you can't join live. We would love to see you for our recording. Alex, API. So what is new? What is the difference that we had before? Did we had an API before? What actually is here the big advantage now?
Yeah, so previously we did have an API, HeyGen, but it was mostly for big enterprises. So companies that have over hundreds or thousands of employees. It was meant for them to use to kind of really scale up how they were using HeyGen internally. And we also did have the interactive avatar, which you and I have discussed previously on webinars. But what we've done now is we've created whole new API-only plans. So no matter whether you're on a free plan on HeyGen or a creator or a team account, you can actually purchase and subscribe to an API plan to be able to use the API yourself. And this can be to add HeyGen technology, HeyGen avatars, and I can go through the parts of the API, what it does. But you can add those now to your business, your website, your product, or just play around and create something new. So it's not just for big enterprises anymore. That's the big takeaway.
This is very exciting because if you, and I know you will show us today something, but if you understand how to use our API, and we also have the documentation for sure, I think you will also share it with everyone later, people will have a better understanding how to scale everything up, because for sure it is always a good idea to use our web app, like our interface, and create all the videos. And this is still an important way for a lot of our users around there. But to really scale it up to either way, create a new video for training purposes, for updates, for like personal videos, or even translate videos, I think if we can educate everyone better and also make it very clear how a business could have here the advantage to use the API, it will be very easy to use. And it will also have a big impact for a lot of businesses and for a lot of use cases, actually. So I can't really wait to see what you prepared. But maybe, we should start with the, I don't know, documentation. Like I will give it up to you. And
yeah, sure. I'll walk through the documentation, and it's easy to find. This is it here. I assume you're seeing my screen here.
Yes.
So you just go to docs.heygen.com and you'll see this is our API documentation, and I'm going to speak as if, there are some people in the audience who don't know even what API means. So I'll start kind of at a pretty basic level. API stands for, application programming interface, I think. And essentially what it means is it's a way for your website, your computer, your program, your system to talk to HeyGen's system and interface with it. Ask HeyGen, hey, here's a video. Can you translate it? HeyGen will say, sure, and send you back a translated video. It could be you, for example, the developer or user, sending the HeyGen service, a script, an avatar, and a voice and some images, and saying, hey, here are all these components of a video. I want you to create a video and send it back to me. And the HeyGen API will do that. Or it could be the interactive avatar where you're saying, hey, HeyGen, show me an avatar on my website that can reply to users, and the HeyGen service will provide that. So it's just a way to kind of leverage HeyGen's technology in your own environment. So this is the kind of homepage of the documentation. We have some really helpful API guides here that kind of walk you through the different things you can do with the API. So you can create avatar videos, you can translate videos, and you can set up the streaming interactive avatars. Those, I think, are kind of the three main capabilities that most users will do. So you can have these easy get started guides, and then for details, when you're actually writing code or a developer is writing code, we have this API reference here, which has kind of the nit and gritty, different exact language and the ways to use the API.
Perfect.
I should do?
Yeah, I think the biggest question would be, is it actually doable to create avatars with the API? It is a very common question, because for sure, a lot of users think now, okay, they could use our API and then just build something on top, or even use it to make it like in an efficient way to create a lot of avatars. But so what is your take on this?
So that's the one thing that we don't allow you to do, is you cannot create avatars with our API. But if you go into HeyGen and you create an avatar on the website, and you have to give your consent, of course, then you can use that avatar with the API. So you can't create them with the API, but you can use them. And this will be, in the example that I'll walk through when we're ready.
Yeah, I think this is a very important point you mentioned, because again, HeyGen is very into the trust and safety, especially the moderation terms. It means like the moderation itself has to be at HeyGen, because there is our workflow where we really check all the consent videos. Plus we have our like human moderators to double check every single avatar, I would say, input footage we will get from everyone, to make sure we are safe and everyone is safe here. And I think this is not really the point from the API overall. So we really want to give everyone the API to create videos on a scale. Like, this is the main point. And it would be, very helpful if you could show us, even more how to actually integrate this, or how to use it, or maybe you have a showcase for us. This would be awesome.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to show a little bit about one example use case of how you can use the API. And this is a fun use case I think you'll enjoy, Nick. So for those in the audience who don't know, Nick is famous at HeyGen for sending very elaborate and very well done birthday messages. So in our group, in our company chat,
It's the same PayPal address than usual from you, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay.
But it's really great. Everyone really enjoys it and gives, kind of several paragraphs of kind praise for any of our colleagues whose birthday it happens to be, and it's just a fun way to celebrate our team. But I thought what's better than a Slack message would be a birthday video. So you can actually use HeyGen's API, for example, to create a personalized birthday video for everybody in a company, and it would be much faster than say creating 100 videos in the web application. You can just use the API and automate it. So I made this example, and I thought I would just walk through it quickly. So here is the code. You can see my screen. It's just one page. It's very simple. By the way, I just used ChatGPT to write most of this. So what? So you don't have to be a computer and fancy programmer. Really, you just have to be curious and want to learn about capabilities to do this kind of thing. But what we have here is the HeyGen API, and we're using a function called create from template. So in this case, you can see I have a template ID. I have this API endpoint, which is you can see it says heygen.com/template. And then I have a template ID. So that's this template I've created. And then I have a few variables. So what a template does is it basically provides a base video where you have a few things that stay the same, and then a few things which are variables that can change. And you can create new videos updating the variables, and so get kind of very similar but slightly altered videos kind of in bulk. So in this case, I've defined two variables, a name, which is Alec, and then a message, which is happy birthday, my friend. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. I hope you have a great day and that we can catch up soon. And that's basically it. I have these variables, I have my template ID, and at that point, I can just call the API and generate a video. So I thought we would see that in action. It'll just take 1 second. And there we go. So I just pressed enter. It's getting created now. And we will see, if I refresh my page, this is my real HeyGen account. There we go. I have this API video processing. So this should be ready in a minute or two.
Let's have a look what means template, because I got this question here. So I think we can just guide them through like what is a template or how to create a template. Yeah, please.
So if you go to HeyGen, you'll see there's a page for templates here. And we have some that you can take and adapt, but this is the template that I'm using here. So I can go edit template, and I'll show you how I created the variables. So it looks like a regular HeyGen video. In lots of ways it is. You have the avatar, which in this case, I'm using the avatar of Nick. You have text, you have backgrounds. In this case, I'm using a video as a background. So it's just some stock image. But the key to making it a template is that you click on some assets. So for example, I have this background here, which is, I think, the video. And when I click it and select it, you'll see there's a button here that says API. And if I click it, I create a new variable. So I could say, video. So that means that in my code, if I want to replace this asset, this part of the video, if I want to adapt and change it, then I can have access to it and I can import some other video. Or in this case, you'll see, remember that I had two variables that I used. One was name and the other was message. So I just put those two words in my script with these brackets here. And that meant that I could access them programmatically and update. Say I wanted to generate 100 videos. I could just replace the name and replace the message in each one in code and generate videos that way. So this is what a template is. It's all about, it looks like a regular HeyGen video. It's all about these variables. And you can either select the visual parts of your video and click this API button, or you can just use these brackets as you build up your script, and then those parts will be able to be replaced.
One more question, Alec. How to find the template ID, avatar ID, and voice ID? And then for the voices, one more question is what if I have a 11 Labs voice? Is there a difference between a voice ID from HeyGen or from 11 Labs?
So I'll just do the first part quickly. To get the template ID, you just hover over here, the 3 dots. You can grab the template ID. Same thing with avatars. If you want to go and look at different avatars, you can hover over it, copy the ID. So you can get them all there. And same thing with voices. So if I want to grab a particular voice, I can just hover over, get the voice ID.
Could you go back one more time at avatars?
Mm-hmm.
On professional ones? Do you reckon that we have 5 new avatars? Did you ever see the faces?
No, these are new. Tuba.
Click on one. Let's see how the looks are.
Wow.
There we go.
These are great.
There we go. Okay, so even here, I think here it's important, Alec, to get one more thing very clear. If you go back one more time, what you can, and go back to the professional, we have 2 actually IDs, right? So if I would click here actually on the preview, on the look folder, and copy the ID, is it the right way, or should I actually click in the folder?
Yeah, you actually need to click.
Okay, so maybe we can just make this real quick. So if we click on one person, and then it will open the folder, and then you could actually copy the ID, right. And this should be then the look ID.
Look ID.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
so
this is new, and we will we will update this in our documentation as well to make sure people in the future know where to go.
Okay, for the voices, so because the question I think is more because if someone has an 11 Labs account, integrate this in our third-party voice, and then has this account, so which ID they should use to make it happen. I think this is where they're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also,
Yeah, so I think if you have an 11 Labs account or an account with one of these other voice providers, then you'll just paste your API key here and click confirm. That will, I think, bring in voices here, and you'll see them in my voices. And then, you might need to click see all, or you might need to refresh the page. But once you have those options here, then you can just grab the voice IDs.
Perfect. Okay.
So the video is ready. Should we watch
the video? Okay, let's have a look first to the video.
I hope I'm going to make sure I'm streaming audio here, or maybe let's see.
Hey Alec, happy birthday, my friend. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. I hope you have a great day and that we can catch up soon.
There you go.
I think could you share this?
Can you reshare with audio?
No, this is okay. It was working, but we have a delay, okay? So it doesn't fit to the lip sync. So maybe you can share the link if you want.
Okay.
Here in our chat, that everyone could watch this for 1 sec. This is actually great, and it's also, I think, pretty easy. For sure, if you want to go more in an advanced mode, for sure. There are also options to even like customize a lot of things. The question is, what are the, because I know that you are in talk with a lot of enterprise users, like overall, what is the, I would say, top 3 or top 5, whatever use cases you are seeing right now? Because it's actually still a new update here at HeyGen, even for the self-service plans. But what are the use cases for a business you can see and share with us?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I actually had one more example to show, which I can
Go ahead.
Sure. So, a lot of businesses now, we have the HeyGen API, which is great and provides a lot of functionality to create visual content, create videos. But the big, I think, unlock for businesses these days is just using AI to personalize things, right? You have this amazing smart coworker, ChatGPT. It sits, next to you and basically can write as much content as you want. Just tell it what to do, and it has the manpower of a million people to help you do your job. So one example of how you can use HeyGen API in connection with AI would be, I just created a video of you saying happy birthday. But what if instead of just a hard-coded template, right, of just me saying or you saying, the same script every time, what if we used OpenAI to write a custom happy birthday message for everybody that you create this video for? So this is another example that I made.
Show us.
It's actually the same exact code. I just added one more thing where you can see I'm calling OpenAI's API to generate a birthday message. So I'm going to send this a request and say, write a warm and friendly happy birthday message for someone named Alec. And I can even change this here, write a funny happy birthday message.
So what you're doing is not, you don't provide like the final text. So what you're doing is actually a prompt. So then ChatGPT will actually do the creative work here.
Yes. So previously, I had this script that I wrote and said, happy birthday, my friend. And now I'm going to generate the same exact video, but I'm going to have ChatGPT write the message for me. And I'm not going to know what it's going to say until we see the video. So give me 1 second.
Like surprise.
We'll see what it says. Yeah. So.
And again, everyone really has to understand that you are able to do this with your own avatar. Or even if you're in a company account, corporate account, you have like avatars from of your company, you could really like just with change like the video or like the avatar ID, have a different avatar in the final. For sure, you should also take care that you not just change like the avatar ID, also maybe the voice ID, like, but could be also fun sometimes, but in a very easy way. So I like really the idea that you actually let ChatGPT do the creative work here. I think this is even better because, it makes it a bit easier.
Mm-hmm. And it's just more creative, more dynamic. Okay, here you go. So we have another video. We'll see what ChatGPT says about it. But in the meantime, I did want to just quick plug. If you now log into HeyGen and go to pricing, you will see that we have these new API plans here. So everybody on HeyGen now gets a free trial of the API. You get 10 free credits, and you can use those with any part of the API. You can create videos with it, translate videos with it, or sorry, translation is actually only equal on the scale plan, but you can create videos with templates like we're doing, or you can use the interactive avatar. So anyone can try the API for free.
What is 1 credit?
1 credit means different things. So, different videos on HeyGen actually cost different things. So, with 1 credit, you can create a 2-minute video with a video app with video avatar. This would be generate with template.
Right.
You can actually use photo avatars to create a 5 minutes long video, or you can have 10 minutes of interactive avatar streaming. So I won't spend too much time on that because we've done that. We have
What
lots of
is
materials about that.
I just have the question here. Maybe because you're still in the UI, like what is photo avatar?
Yeah, photo
So
avatar.
I don't have to use our public avatars where you, for sure, you can do it. If you go to the left bar, you go to avatars, you will see like your avatars, but you will also, if you scroll a bit down, like one more time, we also see like all the public avatars that HeyGen is actually providing. So we have 2 types of avatars here, like the professional ones. It will always come with a transparent background, with a professional alpha key, like the latest, most advanced, like AI technology. We have the casual ones, like we call it also like the lifelike ones, where you have actually a set background. So you could decide like which way you want to go, or you can use your own avatars. 4th option would be photo avatar. So because I just saw photo avatar there and saw the question here is like, is this also doable? Is it just with the talking photo mode, or is it also with the new feature motion? Do you know this? And what is a photo avatar?
So a photo avatar is a little bit different. If you look at it, you'll see that it's different visually than our video avatars. Less realistic, I would say, but still very engaging, and they're getting better and better. But photo avatars are avatars that you create just by uploading a photo. So you can also, or by just describing what you want, what kind of model you want.
Exactly. So, and if you believe it or not, but actually a lot of companies like this feature. Like they don't even want, sometimes, I mean, there are some use cases where companies are really happy to create this type of like photo avatars. And I know you think maybe it's not true, but it is. So it would come back to my question I had before. What are the use cases actually you see for the API to really scale something up? Is it the translation part itself? If it like avatar video creation, but what type of, like in which departments I am? What are the real use cases you are seeing so far?
Yeah, I would say, definitely kind of marketing, engaging an audience. So using an API to kind of generate different kinds of content you can test out. You can send some out or put some on YouTube or some as ads, and then compare it to a different version. So being able to kind of create that sort of content for marketing purposes at scale is powerful. I would say same thing with translation. So if you have maybe you're selling a course online and you have 100, 200 videos, shorter videos, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, that are part of some kind of online course that you're creating, you can now generate that course in any language you want, and you can do that in scale quickly with the HeyGen video translation API. So any kind of content creators are finding it really useful.
One question I see here from a different chat is actually, how can I change the language? So is it also a prompt, or do I have to add the target language directly in the prompt or in the text?
You don't need to change the language. So it depends a little bit which voice you're using. So I think I can show again, if I'm sharing, if I'm going to, the video is ready, by the way, you can watch that. And you can see how fast this is generated, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. to be able to just ask for a video and get it back in 3 minutes. So if you go to AI voices, you can see we have many voices that have this multilingual tab. In that case, if you just send it text in a different language, it'll be able to pronounce it fine. It won't, it'll recognize that it's, French and not just French words with an English accent. You don't need to specify anything. There's no parameter. It'll just speak fluently. However, there are some voices that are not multilingual, and in those cases, you might want to specify, or say you're looking at a particular accent. You can say, oh, I want to really see, I'm not sure, Dutch accent from the Netherlands versus Dutch from Belgium. You can actually filter, find these voices and listen to them, find the one that you want. So it's all about the voice, basically. If it's a multilingual voice, then you don't need to specify anything. If you want a particular accent, then you can go and find the voice you want.
Yeah, 100%. Is the API, like, where do I find the API documentation for video translation? And is the proofread feature also included?
Proofread is not included right now. So all you can do is just send a video, specify a language, and then get the translated version back. There's no proofreading. But the API will evolve, and we're adding new capabilities frequently. So keep an eye out, and we should have more capabilities added soon. The documentation for video translate, you can still find the same place, docs.heygen.com, and you can see a quick example of how it works.
Okay, I have one more question here from a different chat, and then maybe we can watch the last video. The question is my API key from my streaming avatar, the interactive avatar, a different one?
Same one. So you find your API key, you click on your name on the top left, space settings, and then click API. And then you can copy it here. It's the same API token for everything.
But for sure, you need like the credits for the product you're calling?
No, actually, these tokens, these API credits will be used across all products. So
and will just be charged in a different way when you reach out to a different product.
Yep, and you can see the usage history here. So in this case, I generated this video, happy birthday test, and it's 30 seconds or 24 seconds, but I think we have a minimum of 30 seconds. You can see how many credits were charged. And then if I translate something, you'll see how many credits were charged for that.
Perfect. Okay. In that case, I would say that's all from the question I can see here right now. Maybe you can, show us the video, actually.
Sure. Let's see what it said.
Hey, Alec. Happy birthday, Alec. Remember, age is just a number. A really big, terrifying, how did I get this old number? Just kidding, you're only as old as you feel, which means you're probably feeling pretty ancient by now. Have a fantastic day full of cake, laughter, and a few less wrinkles than yesterday. Cheers to another year of being fabulous.
There you go. Pretty good.
Amazing. This is actually funny.
Yeah.
I think it is with everything. Like, you have to practice a bit. I think you have to really make yourself comfortable, and you will find more and more like use cases and also like more ideas how to use the API. If someone has questions, Alec, like where can they contact you if it's like an enterprise user, or where can actually, if I'm on a self-service plan, like on a free account and I have a question, or even on a creator plan, like where can I reach out to someone?
Yeah, I think, we've designed especially the API plans to be self-serve. So, you should be able to go to the documentation, use your API key and try it out without talking to anyone. But if you have questions, you can always, the documentation actually has a forum where not only can you post technical questions, but you can see questions and issues that other folks have encountered and solved and worked through and resolved. That's a great resource. I know we have our community hub, which I think we're going to be going after the stream ends. And that's, I think, also a great place to go.
Yeah, that's the transition I wanted to have. So yeah, we worked with so many years now together, so we had the same idea here. So what I want to mention is join our community hub. It's a very new platform for us here at HeyGen. We really want to build and support you more. So not just the support questions like support@heygen.com, contact@heygen.com, for sure. You can reach out if you're facing an error, if you're facing any type of issue you're running into, for sure, reach out to them. If you want to have more ideas, how to use it, where are different videos from other creative users from HeyGen itself, or where I can ask a different type of question, not really support related, more hey, could you help me with this? I have this idea, how can I make it happen? So join our community hub. So the link is already here in the chat, but also we are there. And Alec, what we should really do is create more exactly what you did, more and more quick tutorial videos to just give our users, our community, a better idea how it works. Not just for avatar, birthday, for sure. It's a very good idea. There are also other use cases we should focus on. There is the video translation. Maybe we can also have a quick guide through in case of how to set up this type of API. Even for beginners could be helpful. And everything will happen in our community. So really, please join us there, ask questions. Everything is really about engaging and really share your videos, share your ideas. Let us do it together, all together, and yeah, help each other. So I would say for today, or do you have something you want to mention on top, Alec?
No, I think we can go to a Q&A maybe at the community.
Perfect. So I would say the same. Thank you for everyone who joined. Thank you, Alec, actually. It was good to see you again. And then let's move on to our community again. The link is here in the chat, and we will be there live to even answer different type of question. It doesn't even have to be just API related. It could be any type of question. Come there, and we will see us in the next 5 minutes there. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or even good night, finally. And we will see us next Tuesday with a one-on-one with my colleague Joy, and we will talk about the first steps at HeyGen and walk you through our product. So join us next Tuesday here, same time, because again, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Thank you and have a great day, and see you soon in our community hub.
Thanks.